Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today we're not going to review a car, truck, or SUV, but we are going to review something that will be very useful on any car, truck, or SUV. And honestly, it goes far beyond that. If you watch me regularly, you know I often talk about multitaskers. Well, in the case of the product we're going to review today, it's definitely a multitasker, and we'll talk about all of the variety of uses that it has a little later on in the video. So what exactly is it? It's a product that's about a year old. It's called ProGlow, and there's a couple of different versions of it for different things. You know, I remember in my early days of when I was in a web design business situation many years ago, I was looking for that one program that did everything, and at the time I was not very well experienced in the industry, and so I didn't know that you needed multiple programs. Well, in the case of ProGlow, you have multiple products available that will help in the house, in the shop, on the race car, all sorts of places, especially my friends in your automotive departments at the car dealerships. This is something you really want to check out. So what exactly is ProGlow? It's about a year old, and like I said, there's multiple products to do multiple things, but it all comes down to one thing: getting things nice and clean. So you've got the Quick Shine right here. We're not going to focus as much on the Quick Shine today, but everything works the same way. It works great. You also have the degreaser. Now, let's say for those of you who maybe work in the service department at the car dealership and you're cleaning up a used car that came in, this gets rid of oil and grease. It works really well. But my favorite product of the three, at least for me personally, is the Power Sports Wash. It's a powder, and what it does is it cleans anything. It's really good with dirt, mud, anything. And we're going to demonstrate it here on this dirt track car behind me. And so here's how this works. You know, I kind of feel like I should be talking about something on an infomercial with this, but we'll try not to make it that long. But as far as this goes, we're going to demonstrate this here in just a second on this dirt track car that just ran a few nights ago on a dirt track. Hasn't been washed yet. How convenient, right? 3 ounces of the ProGlow Power Sports Wash per every 1 gallon of water. And so let's hop over here on to the dirt track car behind me, and I'm going to show you exactly how this works on a couple of different areas, and then I'm going to tell you all the multiple potential possibilities of how you can use this. It's made by racers for racers, but here's the good news. It's not just effective in the racing arena. Okay guys, here's what we've got. I've got the Power Sports Wash from ProGlow mixed up here in this sprayer. And here's a little tip for you when you use this. Of course, all the information on ordering and how to use it and all that good stuff is down in the description of this video. But you'll want to make sure that you let that sit for about 10 minutes in the pump sprayer after you mix your water and ProGlow Power Sports Wash before you get to work. So a tip here to help out. This is just some water in a ProGlow bottle. It's just everything. Branding is everything, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to spray this area down right here. Go ahead and spray all that down. And then I'm going to come back with the ProGlow, and we're just going to spray that on. And then you'll be able to easily see what happens here. Now, what you're going to notice, I put quite a bit on there, but that's okay. We're going to let that sit for just a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to come back and just spray it off. So here's what's going to happen. I'm just going to let that sit, and it's okay. The longer you let it sit, the better off you are, but you don't have to necessarily let it sit for a super long time. You might have to experiment a little bit with it and see what works depending on your situation, especially if you're a mud racer or something like that. Now, all I'm going to do is just spray this off with some water. I'm not going to rub it. I'm not going to wipe it. I'm not going to do anything at all. I'm going to just make sure I spray that down really well. And you can probably see on the GoPro how clean that is. I mean, that came right off. In fact, here we go. Okay. here's my finger. I'm gonna let you see my finger. You see how clean that is? It's not really dirty right now. I'm going to literally wipe my finger across. There's really no dirt there. That is absolutely amazing. In fact, when I rub my fingers together, there's not even any granules right there. That is impressive. But wait, there's more. Gotta kind of sound like a true infomercial. Let's look at the rear on the chassis of this car. And here's the thing. This is one of the great things about this product. For you racers out there, whether you're dirt track or whatever you're doing, even my drag racing friends, if you ever have the parachutes fail to open and your car winds up in the kitty litter, this product is what you need, because it not only works here on the body, it also works on the chassis. Okay, so what we're going to do here, a little bit of a time lapse, just kind of show how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and wet down the chassis here. We're going to wet down the inside of the body as well. So we've done that, and then I'm going to go ahead and spray the ProGlow and just let that sit. And I'm going to let you see a time lapse of the time that it takes for that to actually do its thing. It really doesn't take all that long, at least not in this particular situation. It might take longer in other situations, like I say, but here we go. I'm going to go ahead and spray with the water. As you notice, I'm not wiping anything here, but on the shot from the GoPro, you should be able to see really well how that's doing. But I've got something that does have a lot more dirt caked on it. Let's go over and take a look at that, because this is really going to be a good test. Okay, here's a little bit better demonstration. You can see how much dirt and mud and everything is kind of caked up here on the underside of this fender. So I'm just going to spray that down with some water first, just like we've been doing. Then I'm going to take the Power Sports Wash and I'm just going to spray that on there. Let it sit. And here's one thing, a little tip, guys. If it's not coming off the way you want it to, I'm just using a little bottle of water, basically however much pressure I can put on it with my hand. You can use a power washer, and that's what's going to really cut your time down a lot more, especially on one of these dirt track cars or something like that. So let's see how we do here. We're just going to spray that on, and look at that. Look at how that's working. If I was using a power washer, it would have already all been gone, but you can see how well that works, and I'm just spraying that on. Let's do the finger test here. Okay, you can see that, and you can see I just wiped my finger there on the underside of this fender that's caked with all this dirt and mud and everything like that, and you can see there is absolutely nothing on my finger. That's impressive. Okay, here's what we're going to do here on the motorcycle. I'm going to start off just by cleaning off the top of the chrome here for the tail light housing and signal housing here. So like I said, this is kind of a multitasking set of products, and so we're going to let that sit for just a second. I'm going to let that get good and clean before I actually attempt to shine it. And I'm going to also, in this particular case, I'm going to wipe that clean just so that it's nice and dry. And we'll spray the quick shine on here. And it's really kind of hard to probably see the difference here, even though it definitely is shining, but we're not outside, so I don't have light to really show you. But you can see the difference between this side and this side, where the tail light is here in the middle. So that's a quick demonstration of the quick shine. Okay guys, now we're going to do the degreaser here. Now I'm going to spray a good bit on here, but I mean, what better to clean than a grease gun? So we're going to get that good and coated. Now I'm going to take a rag. We're going to clean that up. I mean, wow. That is amazing how clean that is. I mean, if you want to clean your grease gun in your shop, well, there you go. And let me make sure I have a clean finger here. We'll just kind of clean that. See, nothing on the finger either. That is impressive. And here are the additional items you can use these products on outside of the motorsports arena. The interior of the shop door, the exterior of the shop door, the old race cars you have sitting out in the yard, your vintage gas pump, and then your hand after you touch the vintage gas pump. your outdoor kitchen, your side-by-side after you've been out mud riding, and it will cut your cleaning time in half, if not more. The 1,976 pillows that your wife puts on the bed. Okay, maybe there is a little bit of a limitation. And for those of you who are landlords, I know I kind of mentioned this earlier in the video, but if you have a really dirty tub, this is not an example of a dirty tub, but it's just a tub for example purposes, this is something you could use that Power Sports wash on as a multitasker. Like I said, if it was really dirty in here, you could spray that down. And the good thing about it is that it's environmentally friendly, so you can just wash it down the drain, all the dirt and stuff that those unruly tenants leave when you have to go and clean out a rental property. Okay guys, I'm curious to know what you think down in the comments of these ProGlow products. I'll list the website on the screen for you right now so you'll know where to go. Plus, that link's down in the description of the video. You can learn everything you need to know as far as where to purchase and all that good stuff. But I must say, I'm very impressed with what all three of these products do. Great, especially these multitaskers here. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. Like I said, made by racers for racers, but that's not where the possibilities end. So I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out another one of the videos that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.